This video was brought to you by Stormberg, a weather planner, MisterGreen, Kempower and Marcus Bil. The fox. Yo, what's up? Welcome to the world of Nissan on the road. Bad drivers are everywhere. They don't know how to yield, they don't know how to drive proper speed. But okay, anyway, we are now sitting in the Volvo XC40. This is a 69 kilowatt hour front wheel drive. So yeah, in the charging video you've seen that I refer to it as the 63 kilowatt hour, but remember that when I do charging video, I then compare the net capacity that you can actually get out of this, and different car manufacturers, they use different net capacity versus different gross capacity. For example, Mercedes, they have a humongous buffer. So that's why it makes sense to look at net capacity on charging. But okay, anyway, this is a 69 kilowatt hour. Front wheel drive, like I mentioned, and how is front wheel drive to drive? Well, I can show you. First, I just did that ASMR part to give you guys all the impression, but it's fun to drive. You see, when I just hammer it, okay, it has this artificial delay because electric motors, they have instant torque, but I don't know what's up with most legacy automakers. They just don't want to give that instant torque. There's some cars like Tesla, they have instant torque. Also Taycan, Porsche, Audi e-tron GT, but not the fat e-tron. Korean cars like Kona, when you put it in sport mode, for example, will also give you quite snappy torque. But other than that, most other cars, they tend to be a bit slow-ish. But however, this car allows you to slip a little bit. See, it allows a little bit of wheel spin. So even though it's front wheel drive, you can still drive semi-active. Yeah, you see, just picks up speed. So it's 231 horsepower in the front wheel. Now, why the heck do we make front wheel drives rather than rear wheel drive? Because electric cars, if you can choose only motor, only to have power on one axle, it's actually better to have rear wheel drive. But okay, anyway, I tried many cars with either the rear wheel drive, front wheel drive, and they usually, in general, they are kind of not fun because you don't have the grip with the all wheel drive. However, this one is fun to drive because just because you don't, they haven't tuned the car to be so restrictive that, oh, for example, I had the e-Golf. Yeah, wait, that's the regular Golf. But when I try e-Golf, when I try the MEB cars, once it detects some slip, it will just restrict all the power, and that's no fun. You floor it, nothing happens. You see the ESP just going like crazy, right? But here you can actually drive. You can use the power better. So that's cool. I like it. However, the whole front wheel drive kind of acts a bit weird. I've gotten used to it now, but if I floor it and if I regen, it just has this weird feeling because I think because there is so much torque going on in the front wheel where you also want to steer. So I almost feel like there is some torque steer. Let me just try to. Nah, it's probably not. But sometimes I want to floor it plus steer it, and then it just feels a bit weird. Let me see. If I, for example, I don't know how relevant it is to do something like this. So just. Usually when I drive a powerful rear wheel drive, I would not have this weird feeling. Where is that? Is that Boris? No, just a regular Norwegian driver. So that's it. If I do something like this, you should use turn signal when you change lane, but I'll just double check. I just want to do the whole thing quick now. Yeah, it just feels weird a little bit. Also with regen, kind of feels a bit weird there. So yeah, but other than that, it just felt weird the first day when I drove it, but then I got used to it. Then after that one, it's no big deal really. So, but let's just try to toss it around the corners here now. So if you try to drive a little bit active, how does it feel then? Let me see now. Let's go around here. We're going to do the regular route now. I don't want to make this video too long, but I want to try to focus on the driving properties of this car, the driving characteristics. But however, it feels boat-ish. Okay, not as much boat as the fat e-tron in front of us, but still, because that one is heavy. It's almost 500 kilos heavier than this one. But you can hear the front motor trying to work. Try to find grip, and then yeah, you see, okay, here we get some power because it just couldn't get grip around the curves. But still, compared to many other cars with front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, they are kind of boring. This one is still good. Yes. So now let's see. Now let's focus on the auto steer. The auto steer is kind of cringy because it tends to hug the left side in the left curve and then hug the right side in the right curve. It tends to hug the middle lane. So that's the thing you need to know about the auto steer. Just like Polestar, just like the C40 also, it's like that. And you see here, it will usually do an okay job staying in the lane, but it also tends to, like most systems also, they will actually gently phantom brake. And the scenario where it phantom brakes is that if there will be a truck on the rightmost lane here and we are approaching that truck, then many times the car will slow down by, let's say, 5-10 kilometers per hour, and then usually I just tap on the accelerator and it will cancel the phantom brake. But so yeah, the whole auto steer, I mean, it's okay, but sometimes it's a bit I feel like I need to fight against the steering wheel sometimes. And also one other thing, I didn't talk about it, but you see the lane here is a little bit wider than the other lanes. And when I drove on smaller Norwegian roads without center marking, then this car would try to get in the center of that road, whereas Tesla will actually place itself right on the right side where it should be. So not many cars will be able to use auto steer in those kind of tiny Norwegian highways. So let me see, how is my exposure? Yeah, I think that's okay. What if I use the full light here? Would that be? No, I think that's actually too bad. Okay, let me switch back to this one. So yes, this video I will try to summarize everything I've learned over the week with this XC40. So what I found out was that it is way more efficient than the all-wheel drive version, mainly because it's lighter, but also could seem like the front-wheel drive has, I don't know, it just maybe it works alone. You see, we have seen this over and over again with other systems. For example, in Tesla will decouple the front motor and use the rear wheel drive for the Model 3 and Model Y. Taycan has a clutch in the rear axle, so it will then disengage the rear motor, but only in range mode though, and only use the front motor. Same with the eGMP cars, like this is illegal overtake. Oh shit! Okay, you guys didn't see that. I didn't see nothing. No, but anyway. So it should mean that in order for electric motors at least to be the most efficient, you want to have only power going on one axle for the best efficiency. And then I think the problem with the all-wheel drive XC40 or the Polestar even is that they probably didn't decouple. It's a permanent all-wheel drive. That's the way I understand it. So that's probably why they are inefficient. So, well, anyway, let me get over to this. I want to go to the Bjørn stretch. So yes, it's yeah, okay. See, auto steer kind of struggles with the merges, but that means that this car, the front wheel drive, is more efficient than the rear wheel drive. I measure it to be roughly 10 to 15 watt-hour per kilometer different. No, but that was versus the. What was it? But that was versus the C40. Yeah. So, but you see, there are so many changes because when I tried the XC40 the first time, that was the all-wheel drive, and that was almost 2 years ago, 1.5 was it? When they didn't even have a heat pump, and it was during winter, so the PTC was working hard at some times. So I think if I tried today with the new XC40 all-wheel drive with heat pump, it will still be better than before, but not as efficient as this one. But however, so when it comes to practical range, motorway range, I don't remember. I think it was around 250 kilometers per hour. 250 kilometers if you go 120 kilometers per hour. When you do 90 kilometers per hour, you get around 360 kilometers. And then the new Sunday driving test, the Norwegian highway test, when you go really slow, like 65 kilometers per hour average speed, then I actually achieve 420-ish kilometers of range. So there you have it. Yeah, what kind of range numbers? But this car has the new 69 kilowatt-hour battery, and it charges like a boss. It will hit 133 kilowatt, and it has nice and flat charging curve. So you can even go to 80% pretty fast. So compared to the old 64 kilowatt-hour battery that was in, I don't know if in this one, but at least in the Polestar 2. The new battery here, just 5 kilowatt-hour bigger, which is 8% bigger, charges 16% faster than the 64 kilowatt-hour battery. So that is great. Actually, when I did 1,000 kilometer challenge, this car performed better. It was way faster than the XC40 with a big battery even, but that was in winter, now it's spring. So just to show you how much, how important charging speed is. Wait, do we have a car blocking the... No, okay, he's kind of in the way, but okay, whatever. I need to use this. Okay, let me try. Okay, first test, just go straight on. Oh, well, it just kind of bounced. Yeah, you see, this car is, I mean, the suspension is set up to be somewhat soft. That's why. So it just kind of goes over there without too much roughness. Yes. So, and now on the second test, yeah, thank you so much for Bjørn and Hope for providing me these. Wait, let me see, how the heck do I do this? I need to go it at an angle. Let me just go like this. Oh, yeah, then it just bounces a bit sideways. Okay, here I can do the angle better. Okay, more speed. Yeah, okay. But you know what? Yeah, you know, I feel like it doesn't have that lateral movement as much as the fat e-tron, or what car was it that I tried recently? There it will wag more like this. So yeah, but again, the XC40 wags more, or is more both versus the C40. So if I try, let me see, go a little bit faster. You see, this is why I do it at night. Okay, no cars here, right? Yeah. Okay, sorry. You heard my bag is moving a bit, but you see, it's. I mean, you probably don't want to drive around on the track with this car, but I just try to see how the car reacts, and also we just happen to have studless winter tires, Continental Viking Contact 7. So yeah, not the best for grip. Would be better to have summer tires. But okay, so anyway, but when it comes to acceleration, okay, again, the problem with front wheel drive is that since you have winter tires with limited grip, then when you floor it doesn't go that fast. You lose a little bit of the acceleration there. Versus if you go for the all-wheel drive, then it doesn't matter because you have plenty of grip anyway. So that's, I guess, is a downside with front wheel drive. But I mean, it's lighter at least. It's cheaper. It's more efficient. So there are some advantages with front wheel drive. Versus if you buy, for example, a Tesla with, well, they don't have it, almost don't have it, rear wheel drive Tesla, yeah, SR Plus. The SR Plus is just barely more efficient than the all-wheel drive because they master it. But also same with the MEB cars, let's say ID4 and Enyaq, and also Ioniq 5 EV6. There you don't lose any efficiency by going all-wheel drive versus front-wheel drive. So you just have to know that one with this car, that it kind of makes sense in one way, but the price difference, as far as I understand it, is 60,000 NOK in Norway for this one. So which means that if I just slap down 60,000 NOK more, then I will get all-wheel drive, way more power, way better grip, and also the bigger battery, which means more range. So I think if I would consider this car, I would go for the all-wheel drive. But also you have to check yourself, I guess. It depends on which country, but when I checked the prices in Norway, this car is roughly, including winter tires and everything, you also have to remember winter tires, but this car tends to then become about as expensive as other cars with bigger battery or with all-wheel drive even. So this press car costs 550k NOK. A Model Y with the long-range Model Y with all-wheel drive, but also with winter tires, if you spec up, that will cost 590k. So it's 40,000 more, of course, but then you get all-wheel drive, you get way more range, way faster car, way more space, yeah, it charges faster, and so on. So, and the same goes for other cars. If you try to spec up other cars, they tend to be slightly cheaper than the Volvo. So you just have to know that. And then again, so if you have the money, 550k, and you just want to buy an EV with good range, which one do you go for then? And I think if budget is a problem, then I wouldn't buy this car. I would probably buy an EV6 or a Tesla or something, right? So, you know, or ID4 even. Well, that's a GTX. Yeah, the GTX is more expensive. So then, yeah, if you go for the GTX with the 82 kilowatt battery, then it becomes more expensive. I haven't checked, but I think when I saw, so it's not the most expensive, and then, sorry, it's not the cheapest car in this comparison, but I mean, it's Volvo, right? So it has the safety. The sound system is wonderful, by the way. This one has the Harman Kardon. So yeah, by the way, the spec on this car is not the lowest. It seems to be one of the higher trims with glass roof and everything, and yeah, good stereo. And but however, the lights are not pixel light, as far as I understand. I look in the documents from Volvo. It claims to be pixel light, but I see no pixel lights going on. So. Maybe just due to chip shortage. Try to say chip shortage 10 times in a row. Chip shortage, 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 chip shortage. Yeah, there you go. But infotainment is great. However, again, this will be a summary. I will tell you guys that many times when I was driving, when I have navigation active, suddenly the screen will go black and it will just restart itself. And then it will take usually 1 to 2 minutes before everything was up and running. And then, but unfortunately, it will resume the navigation I set to. Yeah, and also let me try this. Okay, let me see. If I do this, there might be some lag here. Wait, that was 2. Okay, I didn't press properly. Okay, now it comes instantly. Like many times I find myself pressing this one, which is the HVAC set. Oh, I forgot to use turn signal. I was too busy. But when I press this HVAC setting here, sometimes it would take 2-3 seconds before it came up. But for the most time, the navigation is just wonderful. It's Google based, and also the infotainment is easier to understand. But also another weird thing that happened was that the radio went kaput. Let me see if it works now. No, it doesn't work now even. And it says that there's no signal, no reception. Like, what the heck? It's been like that for 2 days, so I don't know what's up with that. I want to listen to the radio, DAB or something, right? So, yeah. Other than that, yeah, one thing I want to point out, by the way, let's just drive here a little bit. So, I should focus on the driving dynamics, and the region is wonderful because it has one pedal driving. But you see, if I just drive like this, okay, and then I let off, it actually regions. Okay, it regions quite hard. But when I'm just driving normally, I don't have to put too much force on the pedal to just drive. And then if I want to go in here, for example, I will not turn the turn signal because I don't want any noise. You see, and it also brings it back to a complete stop. But I noticed that if the battery is cold, then I hear the brakes going. So it has some kind of blending brakes to mimic the one pedal driving. It almost like Leaf, you know, they have e-pedal. It's something like that, but for the most time it will actually regen. Wait, can you drive over there and then, oh, I never noticed you can loop around here. Oh wait, oh, can you, or is it blocked? Is it the one way, or is it, let me see. No, it's probably blocked. Wait, oh, it's over here. Oh, okay, my bad. Okay. But you see, like for regular maneuvers, you want to drive around, and you see here we have quite steep. Oh, these are nice places. You see, even on steep places like this, you can just let off the pedal, and it will just hold it there, huh? And then what about reverse? Oh, it also holds in reverse. Hey, for how long? Do we have auto hold here? It doesn't say auto hold here, but it just holds it there. So you see, it makes maneuvering super convenient. Now, one thing I don't like, by the way, is that it's random whether the backup camera comes up or the 360 camera. But the 360 camera is very nice in many ways, where you can see the bird's eye view, right? But when I back up towards something, then I have somewhat limited vision here. But you see, if I switch here, then I can see, oh, there's a red car there that I don't see if I switch over to this one. So many times I want to use the backup camera, not the 360, but it always defaults to the 360 when I don't want it. Oh, okay, there. Over some bumps, yes, it goes a little bit like this. And the camera won't show it that much because the camera is mounted anchored to the car, so you don't see that kind of movement that easily, unless you do this, right? But the whole region is nice. And also I can show you here that if you go to driving in the settings, there is a setting here for oh, you also have off-road mode. I haven't tried that one, huh? One pedal drive. You see, if I switch off one pedal drive, let's try now what it feels like. Whoa, then there is almost no region. I let off, okay, then there is no, seems like the region is either on or off. Yeah, suddenly we have no region. But you see, this is what I've been complaining about with the Porsche and Audi, which is that those cars, they force you into, yeah, I'll let the next car, wait, there's the cars is just coming. Yeah, but those cars force you into one setting, which is one pedal drive off, or no region, unless you tap on the pedal shifters. But then you have to do that every time. And the annoying part with the Audi is that every time you go into cruise control and you disengage cruise control, it will reset the region setting you have. But here you just set it. You set one pedal drive. Oh yeah, oh, that's way better. But without one pedal drive, it just coasts. Yeah, there's no. I can look at the power meter. Ah, but of course, if I press the brake pedal, it will regen. That's good. But also difference there is that for Tesla, if you disable regen, or if the battery is cold and you then press the brake, it will never regen. Then it will just use the friction brake. But here it has blending brakes. Yeah. So, but just one pedal drive, and then zoom. But you see, this car does it smoothly. When you use cruise control, let me just go back. So when you are in cruise control like this, and then you disable cruise control, then the transition from cruise control to you driving yourself is nice and smooth. Whereas some cars, especially the BMW iX3, has a really harsh transition. Once you disable cruise control, it just something like almost, you get this hard region, which is of course, yeah, I mean, you can say, yeah, but you just don't disable the hard region, the iX3 problem solved. No, the problem is not solved. It doesn't do the smooth transition that I want. Tesla was also like that back in the days, but they fixed it. They tuned it so that everything is nice and smooth, so you can drive smoothly. But I feel like for the iX3, it's somewhat hard sometimes. And also some other cars, by the way, I should also mention, some cars, you see here, you can drive smooth. You can gently accelerate, you can gently decelerate, in a smooth way. But some cars, they tend to be much harder to do it because they have, I don't know, they just don't have the accelerator and the regen set to be smooth. So yeah, I'm gonna stop here. This was a long, wait, I'm supposed to go, yeah, I'm gonna do a little flip mode there. Okay, let me go on here. And also, yeah, I can show you that the bumps, okay, this section here is always bumpy. It's been bumpy for the last 6 years since I've lived here, because trucks, they go here and then they go there. So this intersection here gets hammered by trucks a lot. So that's why this place will always be bumpy. But it's like a good test, because I tend to drive over here to test how the bumpy or how the suspension work. But this car kind of smoothens out all the bumps. Whereas, for example, a Model 3 would be really harsh. Model Y also. But most cars, they also go over those bumps nicely. But okay, I'm going to stop here because now I'm going to record the Thai version. And the Thai version might actually get more views than this main channel version. That's Polizei over there. Yo, what's up? What, is he coming over here? Hey. Why is he coming over here? He said, yo, maybe he wants kebab. He wants kebab. Yeah. But okay. I don't know why I get... is it just the police? I keep getting police after me all the time. So I'm not sure what's up with that. But okay, so yeah, I forgot to reset the trip meter here, but 42.6. What did I reset? Oh, I can check trip auto. Yeah, let's check trip auto. Yeah, 42.6. Well, let me see. He needs a space. Okay, but on this trip we drove around here. The consumption was 226. No, wait. No, actually, trip manual, I reset it. So the consumption was 218 watt-hour per kilometer, and that's actually not too bad. Some of the thirstier cars, like Fat e-tron, I think it has around 250 when you go just around here. So again, it's not the thirstiest car, but it's also not the most efficient car, because it's a brick after all. But it's the most efficient brick, probably, right? And since it charges so fast, and has a nice and flat charging curve, then you can actually use it for long trips. And even if you have to charge on 50 kilowatt, it's not going to be that bad. So yeah, overall, I'm happy with the car. Interior is nice, and it's not, let me try to fire up some lights here. You see, it's not overdone like the Mercedes with the illuminated air vents and everything. It's just more gentle. You see here? I think this. Yeah, well, is this illuminated? Yeah, it's illuminated from the above there. Yeah, so it's just more stylish, and also I feel like the center console is not too cramped. You guys remember I complained in the Polestar, which is like the brother from another mother, that this part here was cramped. They had some kind of plastic piece, but here, okay, it's still not as good as, for example, Ioniq 5 or Tesla. But still, it just doesn't feel as cramped as a Polestar. So, but of course, Polestar is more sporty. But yeah, so overall, I like the Volvo. And the price probably could be slightly lower if you want to compete with the other cars. But this is in Norway. Remember, we are not part of EU. So yeah. But okay, so anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.